Hi everyone, welcome back to Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and as you can see, back out in nature again. You know what? Going to a nice, beautiful spot here, to be honest, at Davidson Park. I love this area, to be honest. Like, this really is my absolute favorite spot to be in. I already have my chair set up down there, so I just gotta remember how to get back down there again. I think it's that one there. Because if we take a look, you can see, and because we're out in nature, whatever else, there's mosquitoes, and plus there's a river there, so again, even more mosquitoes that way. So get the traipse down the path here. And again, it's not too bad. There we go. And just get this thing all set up. Apologies if it's a little shaky, whatever else like that. I don't have a stabilizer, so let's just really quickly. Sorry, I didn't have this thing fully extended out because it's easier to carry when the tripod is not all out. There we go. There we go, just like that. So, hi everyone. Hope you're all having a fantastic afternoon. As I'm sure you're aware, my name is Katarina, and well, I've decided let's do another live out here in nature. It really is such a beautiful area, and you know what? I wanted to see if it might help my blood pressure situation being out in nature, and it may have a little bit actually, to be honest. Like it's up and down, but mostly actually fairly level, so that is nice. And it's so much better than being cooped up inside all day long, because I mostly have been. I've left the house like twice now today, but not for very long. Thank you, Pearl. Currently I am, but it comes and goes of being, hey, good, bad, good, bad. It's all over the place, you know. But having this thing to keep records of what my blood pressure is doing is quite nice to have. Ugh. Yeah, bugs. I really should have got some bug spray before I came here. That's okay. But yeah, so hopefully, other than my one scheduled visit to the hospital, which will be, I mean, I'm waiting for the phone call. Hopefully no more emergency visits. Is anytime soon? Because you know what, that was scary. In the moment, I didn't really feel fear or anything like that. I was just like, okay, I need to get somewhere. And especially since I was alone at home, it was like, you know what, I need to, do this proactively, do this, and sure shit, yeah, it was a good thing that I did because it's kind of interesting talking with emergency personnel after the fact, right? Or technically while I was still in the hospital, but messaging some people and whatever else. Um, with my blood pressure when it hit that low, and like it stayed there for a good 10, 20, 30 minutes, give or take. It just didn't show up on the app that way, but I kept feeling that way, so I knew just like, yep, that's exactly what happened, and then it shot up afterwards. But having it that low, one of my first responder friends said that you probably should have gotten a helicopter ride. I'm like, oh, really? So yeah, that was and the fact that I drove myself in that kind of condition, mind you, it shot up after it was low. So there's that, and it's like I don't know what's gonna happen exactly with my channel here because of this whole situation of dealing with my health. I will try and get out videos when I can, but it's mostly, I think, gonna be more short videos and whatever else, like I have been doing, because I can do those on a whim and it's not so bad. I don't really have to put, not that I put any thought into most of my stuff, to be honest. I kind of just do it on a whim anyways, but usually I can stand in front of a car and do stuff. But even like yesterday, which I did film a video yesterday, of what's kind of going on entirely, and of well, not only like what's going on, but in the same token of like with my health, but also what's going on with the projects and whatever else too. Um, Not that I mentioned really much on my Mustangs, but I did mention something about the Vrock in that video. So, um, because it may not be in my possession for very much longer. So, yeah. But I'll have a new project that again I probably won't end up keeping because I can't really afford 3 vehicles. I can barely afford 2 at the moment. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. But I'm here. Um, I'm not in any danger at the moment, although I do gotta pay attention a bit to what's going on with myself, especially with the sun coming out finally. So, because one thing is, heat does not help the situation at all. But you know, it is what it is. Like, I wasn't planning on going live here. I just came out here, but I was just like, you know what? I'm here. May as well go live, talk to you peeps, and address my adoring fans. But yeah, see, and I'm still actually alone at home until tomorrow, which, because my dad probably won't be in till like 10, 11 midnight anyway, so, because he's currently in Kelowna, so, which it would have been nice to have him here actually, but he had prior obligations, and then this next weekend, he's gonna be off again, so he's only gonna be home for like 2 days, and then he's headed up to a family festival, or family reunion, I should say. But I'm not gonna be, because I can't stray too far from home right now. It's just it's too dangerous. So now, if I can get this thing to actually check my, because I'm always making sure to check my blood pressures whenever I'm out, especially when I'm out. But this stupid watch hates the sunlight so much, and I think it's just because it like overheats it or whatever while it's running. So, which would make the most sense, but it's just annoying. It really is annoying. Come on. So I try and give it as much shade as I can. Survey says, come on. Yeah, apologies. Just trying to get this thing to do this. There we go. Yeah, 143 over 95. So a little high. But to be honest, I knew it was high. It's just because I can feel it. But yeah. So there we go. I just want to make sure, did I miss anything? No, I did not. So okay. But I hope you all are having a fantastic time. And that you're not having as many issues as I am. That this is not fun. And like I've had some. It's been giving me a lot more stress lately too, which is probably not helping the blood pressure either. But the stress is involved with this, right? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But it is what it is, right? There's not much you can do. But yeah, so how's everybody in the chat? I mean, I only see one viewer at the moment with 1 like, but, we had 5 at one point, but I guess they all bailed out, which is, I did do a little bit of tease with the thumbnail to show the car in the background, but I can't exactly bring the car down here to have it in the background, to gain more viewers. And I could sit in the car, I suppose, but then I'd miss this gorgeous view, because if we take a look, hang on, let me just loosen that a little bit. There we go. Right, like this is my view right now, and it's absolutely fantastic. You guys are just off to the side here. There we go. And just make sure. Oh, okay. But and apologies if, as well, with dealing with what I'm dealing with currently, I've been getting a lot of brain fog as well. So, like, a lot more than before. So if I kind of lose my train of thought often, that's just what it is. Um, it's, to be honest, I'm kind of amazed that I can even function with all this crap. But I can't function well, but I can function. Because even like this morning, I decided I I wanted to get a bottle of iced tea, and I mean, um, you know, Timmy's is open 24/7, so I'm like, you know what? Let's go to Timmy's, and I got a couple of bagels, and they tasted fine. And grabbed my iced tea, that was good. But when I did that this morning, my blood pressure shot up for about 40 minutes. So it peaked at, I think it was 172 over 114. I'd have to look at the records on the phone again, but yeah, it's like that is a not an ideal situation at all. Like, I started to feel like crap while driving. I'm like, oh really? Like, come on. I was okay in the house for the most part, But oh well, it is what it is, right? Actually, I have an idea here. Let's just move stuff around. Okay, so have me face that way? Yeah, there we go. Get better views in the background. Oh. Apologies. Just figuring out what exactly I want to do with the camera setup here. Because I really didn't test anything before I came out. I just kind of came out here and said, screw it, let's do it. And hopefully, the connection's okay. And that you can hear me just fine. Because I do know that at times these lives can get not the best quality. And it's just due to the internet we have out here. And to be honest, like, I'm in the middle of nowhere right now doing this video. So, yeah, it's, sorry. But there you go. You get to see the nice water in the background and stuff like that too, rather than the lush green. Because the water's a little dirty, but it's perfectly safe to, not that you can swim in this water. There isn't enough there, but you could wade through it, and it's not a big deal. And there are fish in here too. Like, you can actually fish down here. Although, like, the water's clear enough where you should be able to see them, but I'm not seeing any right now. It's easier to fish down the river, though, to be fair. Because I don't know how many people come to, like, right here and fish. I think they will traipse down the valley here. But, yeah. Ooh, okay. Just always go to check my blood pressure, which blows. Like, to be honest, I miss the days when I could just go out and not worry about this. But I will mention, because yeah, the Vruck is not going to be in my possession for very much longer. That Ford van truck thing. That I'm actually trading to a friend of mine for something really cool. It's an old, 153 over 98. Okay, I do have to watch that, definitely. But the vehicle I'm trading it for it's a Volkswagen. But it's not like your typical sort of setup with a Volkswagen, because it is it's an old Myers style buggy. which is really cool. But it doesn't have its original drivetrain. To be honest, I don't know if it's the stock transmission in it, if they adapted it, or if it happens to be a Chevrolet transmission, but it actually has a flat 6 from a Chevrolet Corvair in this thing. So that's pretty cool. It currently doesn't run, there's no ignition key for it, but there's enough parts around where we can mix and match to make stuff work for that. Because like a friend of mine, well, my friend Keith, and I did the tour of his property a little while back. Yeah, he's got a couple of bugs. They're both 70s as well, so just like perfect. They have the steering column that we might just end up taking an entire steering column out of one of his cars, putting it in that one, just for the sole purpose of just so that we can have a key. Because technically, could we do it with buttons or whatever else? Sure, but I don't want to do it that way, Because that's just more wiring that I don't feel like doing. And to be honest, even now, I don't even know what I can do mechanically anymore with my health situation. And I gotta get this in check before I really do too much mechanical stuff. So, yeah, we shall see. We shall see. I'm just here. I'm just along for the ride, as some would say. And it is very much a stressy that way. Like the fact that I can hardly get up for the most part without stumbling a little bit. Like, there are times when I can, but it's not too often. And sometimes my blood pressure is perfectly okay. But that's usually when I'm at home, I'm sitting down, and no big deal. I get out, I get up, I start walking around, I try and get out, and that's when it gets even worse. So, it's not a fun situation at all. But it is what it is. See, now I know 100% how other people in my life feel, because I know one other person for sure that has similar symptoms to me. Because it's POTS like symptoms, and she's actually been diagnosed. I haven't yet. And yeah, it's mine is a little more mild compared to other people's. And there you go, my blood pressure went back down to 128/85. But it's still one of these things where it's dangerous no matter what. Like when you get high blood pressure, when you get low blood pressure, especially if it's consistently high and like really badly high. Because yeah, like I've had, pressures where it's not good at all. And there we go. Just checking my heart rate. It's actually only 87 at the moment, which isn't terrible. Yeah, 88, 87, in that range. Up to 90. So. And that's the one thing, I typically don't have my heart rate going. But once my heart rate actually does start going, my breathing goes out the window too. So that's something I have to keep in mind. And as well, there's been a correlation I have found with talking and actually and getting lightheaded. Because the more I talk, the more lightheaded I get. So that's one of the reasons why you'll see me kind of pause when I talk a little more now. That's what I'm trying to learn to do, so it doesn't end up too bad for me. So yeah, and I do apologize to the people that are just here for automotive content, whatever else like that, and I wish I can give you more of that, but right now I really can't. So Yeah, but oh well, it is what it is, right? And that's one of those things where I've been saying that a lot lately. But really, there's nothing I can change about this. If I try to change my diet, it's not going to change anything. Because actually, oddly enough, I found uh, when I have more sodium and more electrolytes and whatever else, it actually really helps my situation. So, like I should have brought myself a couple Powerades, but I did not from home. However, I won't be here terribly long because, yeah, as much as I'd love to be sitting here all day long, but with the way I am, I'm basically going to be sitting here talking until a point where I feel like I need to stop, and then I'll sign off and probably sit here for another 10 or 15 minutes, and then head out again. Because I've been here for about 40 minutes now, give or take. Um, yeah. Oof. Frick. Uh, and actually, I'm about hitting my sort of point here. Um, and unfortunately, it's just not. I keep only seeing one viewer, so it's not really worth pushing myself for only one person. No offense. So, especially when nobody's chatting in the chat either. So, anyways, uh, ugh. There we go. Sorry, I had to do some breathing exercises there as I was in the middle of saying that I'm probably just gonna sign off here because yeah, this is not feeling too great. So, anyways, I'll chat at you all later.